Hey everyone, John here with today's Active Self-Protection Extra lesson. Today I want to talk about everyday carry. And I had a lot of people asking me, John, what do you keep in your EDC? How is your everyday carry setup? So it's Monday today, and I just got in from helping my oldest move a bunch of furniture. So my wife and I and another friend just moved a whole boatload of furniture, a couple of trips in my pickup truck, and this is exactly how I went. So I just literally walked in the door, grabbed a glass of water because it's October in Arizona and it's 98 degrees outside. And then I set this up to do this. I haven't changed a thing, so this is today. So this is my everyday, how I live. I can even back up here so you can see my feet. I think you can see my feet okay there. Yep. And you can see this is kind of my everyday. I wear tennies. Yes, these are Merrells, but they're low key ones. I'm a polo shirt guy and an undershirt guy. I hate wearing guns without a t-shirt on if I can help it. What's best for you for your everyday carry? I don't know what's best for you. You have to decide what level of preparedness versus what level of comfort is best for you. And you have to decide which one is the best for that, okay? And I'm not telling you what you have to carry, but I am telling you what I carry on an everyday basis every time I leave the house. Now, is there ever an exception to this? Yes, I am currently wearing pants and a polo shirt. If I was running out to the grocery store in a pair of sweat shorts and a t-shirt, then I would change guns. And that's about it. There's a couple other changes, but let's work with what we got right here, okay? Okay, let's start with attire. I am, this is very typical for me. I'm wearing tennies, I'm wearing a pair of pants, a polo shirt, and an undershirt. That's pretty typical for me, and I typically go about with a shirt that's untucked. That's cool in my line of work. It's totally acceptable as I'm pastoring and those kind of things. And so this is how I normally live. If you have to be a little more formal than this, then you might have to adjust a couple of things. But you notice I don't have, full tactical Timmy, full cargo pants. I'm not wearing the operator ball cap. I don't have the tactical shirt on. This particular one has got the logo from my friend Lori Latham's business, Play It Safe Defense. And all right, let's start with the stuff that isn't really self-defense. In this little cargo pocket, the one that I have, I keep my minimalist wallet. This one was sent to me by Evan from LAG Tactical, and my set of keys. Don't really consider that to be really kind of EDC-y. That's just kind of, the stuff that you got to carry to get from A to B. Everybody has that stuff. That's not what I talk about when I'm talking about EDC. The only other thing that you're not going to see in this particular video is my phone because I'm recording with it. So normally my cell phone, which right now is an iPhone 7 Plus, lives in my right front pocket. And it does so because I use my left hand to draw my gun. So as you see my firearm, when it starts showing up, I'm a lefty. And because I'm a lefty, I keep my cell phone in my right front pocket. There's a reason for that. The reason that I keep my cell phone all the time in my right front pocket is God forbid I should have to bring the pew pew and it's not time to put the gun away yet. I'm not completely safe. I don't feel like I am completely safe, but I want to get on the phone with 911. If my phone was in my dominant pocket, then I'd have a hard time. I'd have to transition the gun to my support hand under adrenaline dump and then draw it, get my cell phone out and do my thing. So instead, I try to keep that in my support side. That's just me. Again, that's how I do things. The next thing that I always carry in my defensive repertoire is a flashlight, a handheld flashlight, not a defensive flashlight on a firearm. So I'm not talking about a weapon mounted light, not talking about a pistol mounted light. This is a search and assist light. This gets me to see things under couch cushions and, when it gets dark outside, I'm using it in the parking lot. Great search and assess tool. Everyday tool, I think a great flashlight. This particular one's a Phoenix PD35. I love this flashlight, 1,000 lumens. It's like having a replacement sun in your pocket. You can get them real small, even now too, not the Phoenix PD35, but you can get 500-600 lumen lights in a real small package. I don't know why you would not carry a sizable and significant flashlight on you. It's a great tool for your EDC. Next, not really defensive, but I always carry a pen on me. I'm a big fan of the Pilot gel pens, and I was in the Navy for 8 years. And so man, for a non-commissioned officer, for a petty officer to be outside without a pen on him, to be in uniform is completely unsat. And so therefore, I always, always, always carry a pen. Next, for the self-defender, we absolutely want to talk about tools, force multipliers. What is it that you carry on you to do that? Now, I'm going to show you here that for right now, what I've got here, I have a Galco reinforced instructor's belt here. And on that, I'm going to take it off by the holster. I have my everyday carry gun. And I carry appendix every day. Sometimes people marvel. They're like, whoa, man, how can you carry appendix? Well, fat guys can carry appendix too. It's not that hard. So again, an everyday gun, I'm going to come up here. I have a little table here that I got to work around. This is a holster that Gabe from the Armory made for me, Knowledge Skills Gear Armory. I love the soft loops. Soft loops are my very best friend in the whole wide world. They positively attach the gun. We'll talk about holsters another day. This one also has a claw and a wedge, and so it carries comfortably all day, and it carries my EDC gun. My EDC gun is an HK-VP9. Whatever you carry is what you carry, and I'm totally down with that. I'm not telling you which gun that you have to carry. I carry one personally that has the highest capacity that I can get a great grip with and really shoot well. So this particular gun is 15+1, and that to me means a lot. So that's what I carry. I like to carry as high as possible. If you carry in a place that's legislatively limited, like California or New York, someplace like that, you're going to have to carry a gun that has less capacity. That's just life. But if you don't have to, more is better. More beans in the blaster is a good thing. I just made the transition to an RMR on my VP9. I'm still learning that every day, but I'm faster with it, better with it. I'm glad with that change. So having a firearm on your person, of course, make sure you follow all local laws. I don't break laws with my EDC, but having that on you, incredibly important. Next, though, is something less lethal. Now we're talking about not necessarily basic EDC items, but EDC for the more committed. I really do think if you carry a firearm on you, you need to have something less lethal as well. Now, I've got 11 years of martial arts experience and training all the time. I got a first-degree black belt in an art that's derived from Kempo known as Umas. And so I have empty-handed skills, fairly significant empty-handed skills. However, I always keep more tools on me because I don't want to get in fights if I don't have to. And in this particular instance, again, I'm going to come up here and show it to you. I carry a Saber Red pepper spray. This particular one is the Mark 6 because I really like the Mark 6 dispenser. It works really well for me because you get a little bit, you got a little bit of grip on it here, and it's flip topped. I really like the flip top on this. And if you noticed, I carry it in my right front pocket. Now, why do I carry it there? Because that lets me get it out quickly and turn it and get it into the fight. The clip on this one, the Mark 6, doesn't reverse. If it did, I'd still probably keep it in my support side. But if you're right-handed, you probably can't. And if you were to carry this particular dispenser, it would be in your strong side. That's not a big deal, though, because if you had to go from pepper spray to gun, you drop that anyways and go get it. No big deal for me there. However, having a less lethal tool like a pepper spray, something that is, what we call a spicy treat dispenser. Somebody's got a brewing physical conflict. Having a pepper spray on you, incredibly useful and helpful tool. Now, people always want to talk to me about knives, and yes, I am carrying a knife, and I like this out the front one right now. This is a Raven Crest Tactical out the front knife, nice kind of Tonto point on it. However, I don't consider this a fighting tool. You notice that I keep it in my strong side front pocket. I consider it a utility tool, quite frankly. I don't mind that. I have a clinch pick that I love. I have a Benchmade 730S Elashewitz that I absolutely love. I've carried a K-Bar TDI, and I absolutely love it. And I get that. And if you go take, an ECQC class or something like that, man, that center line fixed blade knife is incredibly important there. I'm just saying for me right now, from all the research that I've done, I've not seen a CCW holder use a knife in a defensive encounter. I have not seen somebody do that. So I keep a knife on me just in case things go bad. If I am in that kind of thing that I can get a knife out, I don't, but I don't really consider this a defensive tool. It's got a little glass breaker on it so I can break glass if I have to, and it's just a box opener for me. So it's in my EDC. Is it really defensive? One of the things that you have not heard me talk about is medical supplies, medical equipment, but I do have them on me. So here is where I keep my medical equipment, and this right here is a World Point Trauma ankle medical kit, and in my ankle medical kit, I keep a 4-inch Izzy. Israeli bandage. I keep a SWAT tee, and I keep that SWAT tee on a Filster flat pack so that it stays nice where it belongs. I keep 2 pairs of gloves. I'm waiting for another pouch like this that I can put chest seals in, and I'd like to put some chest seals in that as well. This guy goes with me everywhere I go. It's a nice flat pack. You notice that when I backed out of here, again, when I put it on, here we go. I got to just put that guy on right there. Stays put my cuff over it, Don't worry about it anymore. And pretty much nobody even knows it's there. So once I get kind of settled, nobody even knows it's there. I just leave it on all day. I don't even think about it. Last thing, somebody's going to ask me, John, where's your spare magazine? Well, the honest truth is, in these particular pants, number one, I just don't have room for it. I'd have to put it in my back pocket. That's really bad for posture. I've had 2 surgeries on my low back. And man, I got to really watch back pain. So I don't keep anything in my back pockets. Number two, in 10,000 gunfights that I've watched and 1,000 that I've narrated, I have never seen a CCW gunfight, a non-on-duty law enforcement gunfight, that required a reload to end the fight. I've just never seen it. And so it's become a non-essential part of my EDC. Now, sometimes I'll wear pants, different pants that have like a dedicated spare magazine pocket. And if I have that dedicated pocket, I'll throw one in there just because there's nothing else to do, and why not? But if you're carrying a blaster that has more than, I'd say, 3 servings of bad guys, so you have at least 9 in the gun, to me, that's okay for a CCW gunfight. Now, don't get me wrong. I want more. Higher capacity is better. I carry a gun with 15 plus 1, and that to me says the vast majority of CCW gunfights, we're in the 99.9% there, are handleable by 16 rounds of federal HST. Um, is it, people say, well, wait a minute, John, what about malfunctions or whatever? I vet my carry mags very carefully. I don't use them on the range. I don't use them for practice. I make sure that they work, and then I treat them like gold. And they're wear items. The first time I have a malfunction that could be anything remotely resembling a carry magazine, it goes into the training bin. I get a fresh factory magazine, and I use that one. So I'm not so worried about malfunctions. My carry gun is vetted constantly. My carry magazines are well vetted and well taken care of. So I'm not really worried about malfunctions of the magazine in the gun, and I'm not really worried about capacity issues. So for me, a magazine is a non-essential part of EDC. And I know that's heresy in the defensive training world, but I wanted to tell you what my current EDC setup is. So there you have it. That's my EDC that I keep on me every day. Medical equipment carried on my ankle, gun carried appendix. I carry a spicy treat dispenser, a pen in my right front pocket. I carry my flashlight in my strong side pocket, and my knife just for utility purposes in my flat front pocket as well. Then when I go down into this cargo pocket, that's just carrying my everyday stuff, keys and wallet and stuff like that. And I don't carry anything else in these pockets that would get in the way of me utilizing my self-defense tools. That's my current EDC. And again, what works for you works for you. And I just wanted you to know what I carry and how you might carry those things as well without looking like you are ready to, assault a structure in Bagram, Iraq, or something like that. Hope it helps you guys. And I hope that you're carrying regularly every day as much as you think you could possibly need, and in smart ways so that you can cover your ASP.